Blizzard has always been known for making fun and universally accessible games throughout its over 25-year history, from the at-a-time ubiquitous Warcraft series to the instant hit that is Hearthstone. This kind of accessibility presents itself in many ways, from making games that utilize simple and easily understandable mechanics to releasing versions available on macOS in addition to Windows for almost their entire game library. Almost their entire game library. The team-based shooter Overwatch is now over 1 year old and has generated huge amounts of praise and popularity in that time, quickly becoming a bestseller and one of the most popular shooters of all time thanks to its streamlined gameplay and diverse cast of unique heroes. PC and console users alike are in love with it. Notice that Overwatch is not available on macOS. Why is a game from Blizzard not on the Mac? Well, this isn't completely without precedent. While Blizzard is a very Mac-friendly developer, it's not common for games to be released on Mac in general. From when Bungie was sold to Microsoft to the release of Steam on the Mac in 2010, gaming on Apple's desktop platform was virtually a wasteland. Since then, things have gotten slightly better in terms of game availability on services like Steam and GOG, but it's still not the norm to be able to game on Mac. There's several reasons for this, including terrible API support on Apple's end, as well as mediocre graphics hardware in many modern Macs sold. Blizzard has cited reasons like these in its decision not to bring Overwatch to the Mac, and that makes some sense. However, things seem to be changing on Apple's end of things, and there's not an inconsiderable amount of people who own Macs and want to be able to play games on their favorite operating system without going through the tedious and space-eating process of dual booting Windows, or having to invest hundreds or thousands of dollars into a new PC built specifically for gaming. A Mac port would please plenty of longtime Blizzard fans, whose platform of choice for one reason or another is their Mac. Apple's recent WWDC event highlighted several Mac software and hardware upgrades that make Mac gaming as a whole seem a lot more viable. And a few weeks ago, Jeff Kaplan of Blizzard even said that Blizzard has changed their stance on Mac to one of open-mindedness. Newer MacBook Pros and iMacs seem well capable of meeting Overwatch's system requirements for hardware, and with the introduction of Metal 2, it seems that macOS is getting a serious graphics API for once. Sure, it's still a proprietary system, but Activision Blizzard is not exactly a resource-starved company. With Metal 2 and better hardware on the Mac platform, it seems like Overwatch is at least technically possible on the Mac. But what about the business side? Take the 4-year-old Xbox One, a platform Overwatch has been on since launch. Its sales seem to sit at approximately 30 million for its lifetime as of this video. Apple sells well over 15 million, half of that 30 million, a year. Sure, only a small percentage of those Mac sales will be from people interested in gaming, but with a game as popular as Overwatch, you have to imagine that it's a still significant amount of users that are eager to experience a native Mac version. So if you're watching this and are a Mac user excited for Overwatch, things are looking up, but just don't hold your breath yet. In the meantime, let's just all hope that the future is as bright as that of Overwatch's, Omnic Crisis aside, and that one day Mac and Windows users can play together and become just as diverse as the characters they already love.